Hello. In this session, we're going to learn about how to upload location lists in SMAP for MEQA. Location lists are basically all the lists of the different learning centers in our program. They could be schools, they could be reading clubs or camps, they could be ECD centers. What you see before you is a list for schools. Now, because it's a CSV file, it looks like this, but let me just make it a bit bigger so you can see the headers. The key thing to remember is that these headers need to be exactly the same regardless of which country is using MEQA, because the ODK file or the codes refer to these names. So even if a country doesn't call them province but calls them zone, please just keep using the same header names because the code refers to how these names are written. As you can see, there are different levels: country, province, AP, and the school. One is the coding language, which is basically what will come out on the data set, and one is the label, or how you will be able to really see it come out on the tablet. And that's why, if it's not a coded language, it's usually properly capitalized and written in such a way that it would be understood or seen by the enumerator. So country is written that way, provinces are written that way, APs are written that way, and the schools are written with their complete names. However, the code is written in a different way so that it makes things a little bit easier to be fit into the data set. And especially for our learning centers, they have to be numerical. So always start with 1 to 0. Now, each country is also assigned a certain number by the thousands that it starts with, and that's for us to be able to distinguish different countries and to also allow that country to grow. So, for example, you see Nepal now. Nepal, we've assigned to start with the number 1000, or at least the thousands. So they start with 1001 to 1002, so on. Bangladesh is assigned, oh, what did I, not that. But Bangladesh is assigned the 2000s, Zambia is assigned the 3000s, and so on and so forth. So please refer or confer with me, Aloy Santos, to know which number your country will start with. This line of practice is important to also stay with all the countries, and it will always have the code of 999 because this will be useful so that whenever testing is happening, we can be clear that it is only practice. So as you can see, whatever list that your country gives you, for example, with Senegal, Senegal gives us a list that looks like this, which is fine, but then it is our job then as MEQA administrators to turn them into this. I cannot stress enough how important it is that when it comes to the code, they all have to be the same. So Central Field Office needs to have the same one. East Field Office needs to have this code, and so on and so forth. However, when it comes to the school code or the camp code, they must be unique numbers. I'd like to share with you an example of a camp code. So again, it's CSV file. Let's make it a little bit bigger. This is Bangladesh. Oh no, it's Ghana. It's quite straightforward. Instead of schools, you have a camp. And in the same way, it starts with 2001 and then it goes further on. However, sometimes you have a situation where the camp is linked to a school, and for reasons of their own, the field office wants to have the insight or the overview as to which camp is connected to which school. In which case, we just add these two columns inside school code school and make sure then that the camps are connected to that school. As you can see in this case, For the school Telicali, which has the same school code, because it's the same school, it has two reading camps, which has two distinct numbers. Okay, so once we have these um, location lists corrected, now we can upload them to our SMAP. So I will go to the admin page, and basically we simply go to shared resources, um, and we add the file. So one other thing that's very important is that these lists need to be saved as CSV files. And because they're CSV files, they won't automatically come up. You need to change this custom files to all files. And now we see the camps come up. Let me just show you that I can click on camps and I can click on schools, open them, they're added, and now I upload them. And there they are. And bear in mind that every time you upload this file with the same name, it will just replace it. So if you need to, say, update your list, add another camp, add another school, simply resave it with the same name, and then go through the same process. That's it. If you have any questions, please let me know.